Hello everybody, my name is Chipper Grayson, and today I'm going to be talking about what goes on in the head of an athlete. Myself, I'm an athlete. I grew up playing a lot of sports, probably around 8 in total, so I know a little bit about the depression and anxiety that you can get while playing sports. The first point I'm going to be talking about is anxiety and what it can do to an athlete. As an athlete, sometimes you don't perform to your best ability, and it can cause you to have anxiety going into the next game or match that you have. And this anxiety can really affect the way you perform and make you not perform to the best of your ability. 25% of all women athletes in college suffer from anxiety, and 30% of men suffer from anxiety. So it's obviously a really big deal when it comes to athletes, and having to deal with that is not easy. And that leads me into my next point of depression, which is kind of on the same level as anxiety, but depression is more so not being nervous to go or fear of failure. It's just not feeling comfortable within yourself, and it takes a toll on your mental state, because when athletes are depressed, they don't really feel like playing. And when it comes to a lot of athletes, especially in college, they feel like their sport is their life, and their life has no meaning if they don't play their sport. And when they're underperforming or coaches aren't treating them fairly, it can cause them to have a depression and go into a depressed state to where they don't really know what to do, and they don't know what to fall back on because their whole life has been revolved around sports. Me personally, I've dealt with this in small amounts with coaches, players, being negative towards you, and it really takes your confidence down, because when your teammates and your coaches are not being positive towards you, it really affects the way you play and kind of makes you feel like you have no purpose. And the final point I'm going to be talking about is outside negativity, or also known as haters. Haters, they can really get to an athlete, and they can really get into their mind, because it doesn't matter how good you're doing or how on track you think you are. People are going to talk and say stuff about you because either they're jealous or they just have nothing else better to do but to talk bad about you. And that can really affect you, because even though their opinion shouldn't matter to you, it's still in the back of your head and you're always thinking about it. For example, me, I'm a kicker here at Austin Peay, and I deal with negativity and outside negativity when it comes to just something as simple as missing a kick or underperforming. People can just call you terrible, and just because you mess up once, they can really get in your head. Although it's not really healthy to let them get in your head, the best way to get rid of outside negativity is to either just block it out and not focus on what they're saying and just work on you and getting better each day, or you can do what I like to do and use it as motivation to get better, and in a way prove them wrong and prove their opinion to be not true. And to conclude, I hope that athletes listening to this message kind of feel a sense of comfort, because coming from another athlete, they can almost relate, because I know that dealing with depression and anxiety while playing a sport can make you feel lonely, and you feel like you're the only one going through it when all your other teammates seem happy. But almost every athlete, I'd be willing to bet, deals with some sort of sadness, whether it's underperforming or just not really feeling comfortable on the team they're at, or whatever it is. I hope that athletes can relate to this speech and kind of feel some sort of comfort. And for the people that don't play sports, non-athletes, I hope that this brought awareness to the depression and the mental aspect of sports. And maybe the next time you're watching it, before you go to criticize somebody for underperforming, just think about what goes through their head and how much pressure is put on them and what they're dealing with. Thank you all for listening, and I'll see you next time.